Who's the daddy? Easy guys, Dom here from Cringy Dad Gaming. So, just recently I decided to dig out The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt again, but this time we're going to play it through on the hardest difficulty, which is called Death March. So, there has been some live streams I've been doing, so if you haven't caught up on those yet, do watch those, they are on my channel. And at this point we're just taking on the first monster hunt contract, and we're ready to take on the Beast of White Orchard. So, Geralt is about to talk to Vesemir, and they're about to obviously set the trap. So we're just going to let the video roll from here, and then we'll continue.
Yes? What is it, Wolf?
Been busy with the Griffin contract.
And?
I'm ready. No point in waiting. Let's find a good spot to ambush it.
Picked one out already. Other side of the stream. There's fields and a grove. Plenty of room and far enough so no one will get in our way.
Good. Meet you there.
So at this point we get a chance to brew Thunderbolt, which is one of the potions that will give Geralt a buff to his damage. So this really comes in handy for more powerful enemies, such as obviously the Griffin. So obviously you have to find certain components to be able to create these potions. So, you know, some of these ingredients you only get once you've actually killed a particular enemy, and at this point obviously we've got the right ingredients to be able to create Thunderbolt. It's all kind of part of the earlier kind of missions and things that you do leading up to this moment. So once we've brewed the potion, we can now equip it. So we can equip this and put it into a consumable slot that we've got, and then we can use our D-pad or the directional pad to be able to use that potion. So it's really handy for when you're in the middle of combat, just to be able to use that potion. We're also going to stock up on some grub. Before any kind of boss battle, you really want to be planning it and making sure that you've got some of these things to be able to help you out, especially on the Death March mode. You're only going to have to get hit a couple of times and you're down. And obviously you get stunned a lot more in Death March than you would in a standard version of the game. So it only takes one of these enemies to stun you, and you kind of can't shake it off very quick. It takes a while, and in that time they've probably hit you and killed you. So it is really important that you've got enough kind of potions or food to be able to kind of replenish your health. At this point I'm not really using anything other than the standard Witcher armour. I kind of upgraded the base kind of armour of the chest piece to a certain level, but it's still not anything compared to the damage that some of these enemies are doing. You know, if you watch those live streams you'll see that even some of the kind of dogs and wolves were getting the better of me at certain points.
A stream, amber waves of grain, charming place. Perfect for an ambush.
I know how to choose them. So, ready?
So we managed to get the buckthorn, which is part of an earlier mission, and that buckthorn is going to entice the griffin in. I'm going to use it as a trap to kind of
Let's start. Wind's good.
get him in,
Bait scent will spread
get that
quickly.
scent.
Now all we have to do is wait. Come on. We can cower in the shade of those birches.
So tell me, once we find Yennefer, what'll you do? Got your eye on a contract?
No. I'll go to Kaer Morhen.
Little early to settle in for the winter.
Snows are a way off, yes. And that's what worries me. Nilfgaard's crossed the Pontar in the east. Puts them maybe a week's march from Kaer Morhen. If they reach the valley before snows can cover the passes, well, we need to cover our tracks, hide our paths. Speaking of winter and wintering, think you'll come this year?
Maybe. Might bring a guest.
It's closed.
Let's go give it a warm welcome.
Wait. Take this.
Ah, crossbow.
A crossbow.
Won it in a card game while you ran around.
Oh,
Might come in handy.
gambling, Vesemir. Naughty, naughty.
How about that? Always lectured us on the evils, but you're a gambler yourself.
Stop talking. Got a griffin to kill.
So, the first time I played through this game, I didn't really see the significance of using a crossbow on an enemy so large and powerful. And obviously, plus I found this crossbow to be, quite difficult to use against a flying enemy. It's okay for you to use against ground base, but however, when I played it on Death March, I mean, this was my first try at taking on the Royal Griffin here, and I did actually find out kind of halfway through the battle that if you time that crossbow right as it's flying towards you, it does actually cause the Griffin to hit the floor pretty hard and gives you a chance to get a few extra hits in. Now, I'm sure a few of you who've played through this have probably already figured that out, but for people who haven't yet done this or even played it through on this harder difficulty, or like me, not really used the crossbow on it, would probably find that as a kind of bonus and may help you kind of get through this boss battle. So obviously we're running the Thunderbolt right now, just trying the hardest to kind of dodge and get around the side, around the back, away from those wings. Like here, look, it's just nearly got me there. So we've got to run away quick now. Start using some of these potions to restore some health and stamina. I'm going to use shield there, just to give us a little bit of a chance if we get hit, especially while we're trying to recover our health. If your health is kind of like halfway down or quite low, to use Quen quick to get that shield up means that you're able to then regenerate a little bit of health. So using that kind of shield is really important when you're trying to recover, because some of these potions or foods don't really recover your health that quick, especially while you're in battle. So Vesemir is kind of keeping him occupied for a minute here. It gives us a chance to recover a little bit. So I mean, don't be afraid to run off. I mean, if I'd have just stayed in there head on, which I normally would, I would have like died by now. So we're going to rock with a bit of Igni for a minute, just to see if we can kind of do some fire damage on him. But see, there we go. You see, I hit him just right with that crossbow, and it caused him to fall out the sky, which is really handy. Timing it right though is not as easy as it looks, because you've obviously got to load the crossbow and fire all in one action, and when obviously the Griffin's flying in quite quick like that, it's more difficult than it looks. So we've got to be a little bit patient here, just to make sure we're choosing the right kind of things to get us through this confrontation with the Griffin. You see, I was trying to reload the crossbow there and he got me because I was kind of stuck in the animation of reloading. Yeah, a little bit too late there with the crossbow, but we still managed to get a couple of hits on him.
Don't let it get away!
So that's kind of the first part of the confrontation out of the way now. So that means we were kind of on our way to defeating the Griffin. Obviously he's trying to fly away now, and we're just going to kind of run after him. So another part of the tutorial here, obviously is showing you that obviously using your Witcher senses does more than just seeing things. You can actually hear things as well further away to kind of give you an idea of where enemies are. But you kind of gathered that early on anyway, really, because you can kind of see when you're in the woods or whatever using your Witcher sense, you can kind of see those kind of sound waves come up on the screen when there's like wolves and things running around in the bushes. So obviously we're just going to take a look at obviously at hybrids. So Griffins are in here. It just shows that they're vulnerable against certain things. Obviously it's a hybrid oil that it's weak against, but I haven't got the elements yet to be able to make the hybrid oil. So I thought I had it, but it's the cursed oil. It's like the same colour. So obviously for people who don't know, the oils that you create, you kind of douse your swords in them and it causes more damage to certain enemies. Some enemies you won't find their weakness unless you've done some investigating, or unless you've actually already killed one, and then you can kind of figure out their weakness. So I managed to get him with a crossbow there. Again, he's come down. I'm going to try and roll out the way. So obviously the shield there just protected me from that hit. You see, he stunned me a little bit there, so Vesemir kind of drawing his fire again for a minute. We're going to use Quen again and get that shield on, and then try a little bit of maybe Igni on him as well. I know Ard is obviously also good against him, but we're not going to bother using that at the moment. Just going to try and get some shots in there. So a lot of this confrontation is about timing. So we've almost got him down to a quarter of his health now, which is good. I'll use Igni on him. Do a little bit of sneaky damage with that as well. You see he's blocking his head there with his wings, so, you know, even as an enemy he's going to block as well, so try and get around the side, around the back if you can, like this. So under his wing there. And we're pretty much there. So there we go. We get to kill the Beast of White Orchard. We've killed the Royal Griffin on Death March mode. Hope you guys took some tips from that. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you subscribe.
Not bad. Not bad. Though you could stand to improve some things.
For example?
Upward vertical strike. It's too obvious. But more on that later. Take the Griffin's head to the Black Ones. I'll ready our horses. Meet me at the inn.
Who's the daddy?